Hey guys, what's up? I want to give you some tips on moving to Charlotte, North Carolina, because that is where I just moved, and I know there are a ton of people that are moving here. From what I'm hearing, the growth has been happening for, at least 4 years to where it's a lot, a lot. So I have some things that I've experienced and just kind of wanted to put that out there. So I moved here and I got an apartment. I moved to a town that is about 30 minutes outside of the city, and I picked that town because my friends lived in that town. So that's about all I knew, really, of the different areas. You can do research, and there's just so many different areas around Charlotte. So I've seen people post things like, where should I buy a house? Where should I get my first apartment? And it is difficult when you're first moving somewhere where you don't know a lot about it. And I found that I just figured I'm going to move to this specific area, and then I'm going to explore and go around and see if is this where I want to be, or are there other areas that I'd rather be in. I have been here for 5 months now, and I've already discovered that I would prefer to be closer to water. So there is some water that's like maybe 15 minutes from here, but I'm a lake girl, so I have been exploring closer up into like Lake Norman, Huntersville, those areas. And I really like it up there. I also went down into South Carolina and was looking at like South Mill, I think it's called. Tika K is another one that's really nice. Don't overthink it. Just pick a place that you know is relatively safe. Move there, maybe try an apartment before you buy a house. And then that way you can kind of see the different areas and spend a year exploring to find out, figure out where you really want to be. Traffic is crazy. So now I am coming from a town, Erie, Pennsylvania, and so the traffic there it's not crazy. Honestly, you can get from one side of town to the other in a half hour. That's the longest that it would take you. So this is more like if I want to go 10 miles down the road and it's, in the middle of the day, it's going to take 25 minutes to get there. So kind of makes you think twice about going anywhere, because at least me personally, I'm like, do I really want to fight the traffic to get there? I guess that could be a good thing and a bad thing. I told you in one of the videos, I think the last video, that I actually did take a job in Uptown and I ended up quitting it because the commute was too much for Milo. And obviously myself, because I was having some health issues too at that point. But anyway, it was more stressful than I had anticipated. But it's not like unbearable. I would say that if you're coming from a location like DC or LA, then this isn't going to be any different, or maybe even, it might even be better. It might be better than Atlanta, Georgia. I have driven through there before. So I know that there are cities that have traffic that are crazy. So if you're coming from one of those areas, you might be okay with it. Might be used to it. But I will say getting in and out of Uptown, which is downtown, is pretty easy, honestly. I mean, there are just a lot of highways. So whether you like highways or you don't like highways, I think it's fairly simple to get around the city, to be honest. One thing I would recommend is joining groups on Facebook that are specific to the Charlotte area and or North Carolina. So I joined because I like hiking. I joined North Carolina hiking groups. I joined Charlotte like business groups, and whatever I could find that I'm interested in those topics. And then if they're in this specific area, I joined those groups. Some of them I started joining before I even moved here. That way you can ask questions of those people who are already here or have lived here for a long time. That's really beneficial. Do expect maybe some comments, to see some comments anyway, that are like, the Yankees need to quit moving here. I have seen that. Now, for the most part, I will say all the people that I've met in person have been super kind and welcoming. So I have not felt like I wasn't welcome, but I have heard things and seen things on the side that people are frustrated with the amount of traffic, the amount of people that are moving here. It's overwhelming to them and frustrating for them, which I totally get. For the most part, most people that I've met are not even from here. Honestly, like a small percentage of people are actually from North Carolina. From the ones that I've met, a lot are from New York. Some were from Pennsylvania. I don't know, somewhere from the West Coast. But yeah, so I thought that was really interesting. Kind of reminds me of Florida. So I have friends in Florida, and when they first moved there, they said nobody was actually from Florida for the most part. And so I would say it's very similar here. Also, the Meetups app is really great. You can join different groups on there and go to different events that they're having. I haven't gone to any meetup events. No, maybe online. I did do some online networking ones for business. But personal things, there is a group on Facebook that is for my age group, like 40 to 60-year-olds. And they have their own like Charlotte group. And that's been super helpful because there's a lot of events that people plan in there, whether it's like dinner or you go to paddleboarding is what I've done. And so I've met some people through that, which I really love. I really love that. One of my other tips that I think I hadn't planned out or wouldn't have thought of, but when I got here, I had not brought a lot of stuff with me. I just planned on getting stuff once I got here. I have a ton of money, so I was trying to find things on Facebook Marketplace. And that actually ended up being really helpful because I ended up purchasing just about everything you see in the background. The lamp, the couch, yeah, that little hanging thing over there, the mirror and that thing. So anyway, there's a lot that I got on Facebook Marketplace, and it took me out of my area and into some of the other areas, which helped me to just explore the area better, but with a purpose. So I even went to South Carolina to purchase something. I was up by the lake, and I'm on the west side, and I've purchased things on the east side. So, and even like uptown New York, even uptown Charlotte, I purchased things from somebody that lived in an apartment there as well. So I do recommend doing that because it will get you out and about and show you the different areas and then get you a good deal on something. The other thing is, if you do have a job where you're working in person with people and or you are, having some sort of online connection with people from the area, don't be afraid to ask them questions and ask like, well, what area do you live in? What do you like about it? What do you not? How long is your commute? I think that that's really helpful to get the insider viewpoint from people that have been here a while as to how they, navigate these things, where they live and things like that. So hopefully that's helpful to you. Now we're going to take a trip and go check out the farm, and then we'll check out Latta Preserve, and I'll show you the park that I took Milo to. So I hope you enjoy. So I'm here at Sweetwater Farms, and we're just going to go take a look around. There's actually like a fall event that they're having, a pumpkin, I don't know, something or other. I just wanted to get out of the house, and a friend of mine is helping to organize it, or helped organize it. So I figured I'd check out what vendors are here and just get out in nature and finally be out in the country a little bit, because that is something I'm definitely missing since moving here. So I'm excited. Let's go take a look around. Walk around and see animals, and there's obviously pumpkins. There is a big play area for the kids, lots of activities for kids. I am now going to figure out where I'm gonna go next. It's so nice out today, and I don't feel like, I just needed to get out of the house. I honestly hadn't left the apartment in like, I went to go donate some tarps like a few days ago for Western North Carolina, like with a friend of mine, and I left then. And then last night I went like a mile away and picked up pizza. But other than that, it's been over a week that I've gone anywhere. So I'm not ready to go back. So we'll see where I end up next.
there, I'm falling.
I wish I had brought Milo, but he wasn't allowed actually at the farm that I just went to for that little event, so I didn't bring him. But I'm gonna have to bring him back up here. He would love walking on these trails. Got bit by like the biggest mosquito. I didn't bring bug spray because I wasn't planning on walking in the woods. So I'm heading back out, but this just feels so good to be outside.
Woke up done, can you carry me? When I'm losing my mind, can you hold me? If I'm hazy, boo, can you help me?
Can you help me?
Feeling down, can you feel me? When I'm running low, can you charge me?
I gotta tell you guys something I did. So I was trying to like open up the sunroof, and I'm like opening it, shutting it, opening, shutting it, and like I could hear the motor running, but it like wasn't going. It was in the up position, and I was thinking like really quickly, I'm like, I hope that wasn't like that last week when the hurricane came through. So I'm looking around, I'm like, it doesn't look like there's water in here, and I'm like, what is happening? I don't understand. I'll tell you guys what I was doing. I'll show you. I was actually opening and shutting the back window instead of the sunroof. So I could like hear it opening and shutting, but it wasn't doing anything. I'm like, what is happening? So I'm fairly new driving this truck also. Not really. I mean, I've been driving it for like 5 months, but I don't go a lot of places. So I would say I'm still not totally comfortable with it. What do you think, buddy? Yeah, you want to go? Oh, this is what it's really like. If he's like excited about new smells, he is a puller.
Too many days in the darkness without a glimpse of the light. Running tired and broken and scared, but I swear I'll never give up the fight. I see you broken and beat, head pulled down over your eyes. Every part of you wants to surrender, darling, you were meant to survive. With every start, we are born again. Open your heart and spend less time in your head. With every start, we are born again. Open your heart.
I don't mean to sound like a Karen or like an old lady, but I don't know if you guys can hear that music. It's like super loud and they're playing it from the parking lot. It's so annoying. I just want to be in nature, not hear that crap. I'm getting old.
With